Hello, all of you. So, we discussed the causes of failure in previous lecture. We discussed in this lecture about Blitzkrieg theory, which is very important. Done. Please take attention. So, Blitzkrieg theory. So, in 1910, W.G. Bleek represent for subsurface flow in his book Practical Design of Irrigation Work. So, as per the Blake, the design according to the subsurface flow in his book, which is named as Practical Design of Irrigation Work. What is the year? In 1910. So, there are some suggestions as per the Blake from this book. So, first one, according to Blake, in pervious foundation, the water percolates along the base profile, the structure which is in contact with the subsoil, the length of the seepage path traversed by the water called creep length. Clear? So this is a one done. So what is the creep length? Like here is water, there. Clear? Here is water. Done. And this is a VM. So what is the creep length? Done. So water percolates like this and moves to downward direction like this. Clear? And goes to this direction. So the water travel or the path travel by the water that called a creep length. Done. So this is a creep length as per the Blake's. Then second one, Blake made no difference or no distinction between horizontal direction and vertical direction creep length. Clear? So as per the Blake, the vertical direction creep length is same is equals to horizontal creep length. This is the limitation of Blake. Then second one, hydraulic gradient means which is the loss of head per unit length. So what is the meaning of hydraulic gradient? Means head per unit length. That called hydraulic gradient. As per the Blake, is constant throughout the seepage length. So if the length, for example, if the length of total creep length and h is total head loss. So what is the unit length? Equals to h by L. And this is a diagram. Clear? So this is a creep length. As you show that this is a totally creep length. Clear? And what say h by L, that color hydraulic gradient. Done. So h by L is constant throughout the seepage length. So that figure shows h is means head loss, L means total length. So that called h by L. Done. This is a L. So total L means total creep length is equals to small l, which is this. Done. And same to same, when the pile is provided on upstream side and downstream side. Clear? So what will be the creep length? Like this. The first one, upstream pile depth, that called D1, and downstream pile length or depth, that called D2. So just a minute. So the water travels like this. Clear? Like this and goes to the horizontal direction, and again the pile comes, again this water moves to this direction. Clear? So the water travel or water cover two times of that particular depth of pile. So 2 into d1, 2 into d1 plus the horizontal length, that called L, plus 2d2. This is your total horizontal, means total creep length, like this. L equals to 2d1 plus 2d2 plus L. This is a total creep length when the pile is provided. Remember that? And C equals to H by L. So we know that H equals to head, L equals to total creep length. So we get hydraulic gradient. Clear? Otherwise, Blick called the loss of head. Loss of head means head loss per unit creep length as a percolation coefficient. So we can say that percolation coefficient is equals to H by L. The inverse of percolation coefficient is called coefficient of creep, that indicate by capital C. Clear? Please remember that small c is equals to percolation coefficient, otherwise loss of head per unit length, and that creep length is indicated by capital C. Sorry, coefficient of creep is indicated by capital C. So there are some values which is given by capital C. For light sand, it equals to 18, miscellaneous sand for 15, coarse grained soil 12, boulder or shingle, gravel, sand mix for 5 to 9. The next one, design criteria. Design criteria of Blitzkrieg theory. First one, safety against piping. So the length of creep should be sufficient to provide safe hydraulic gradient according to type soil. If the length of creep should not sufficient, so the wear will be failed as per Blake theory. Clear? So the creep length is equals to L equals to C into H. So what will be the condition? If H divided by L less than or equals to 1 by C, so the condition will be L greater than equals to C into H. Clear? So this is a condition for safety against piping. So there is one example according to the safety against piping. We will discuss when the example come. Safety against uplift pressure. So how can you find or how can you check? So that equation, the uplift pressure, that called W into H dash. E means thickness of floor, G means specific gravity, and W means specific weight of water. Remember that point. So what is the downward force? So downward force is equals to weight into thickness. Clear? So what is the weight? Specific gravity and multiply specific weight. So we get downward force means mass for equilibrium. Clear? When the building sustained, when the uplift pressure is equals to same of the weight of building. So weight of the floor, that called W into H dash equals to downward force equals to W into G into T, means uplift pressure equals to downward force. So W will be cancelled. So what will the condition? That called T equals to H dash divided by G. Done? Then again H dash equals to T into G. The next procedure is deduct T from both sides. So we get H dash T minus H dash minus T equals to GT minus T. So from right hand side, you common a T equals to G into minus 1 equals to H dash minus T. Again, subject thickness of the floor, T equals to H dash minus 1, H dash minus T divided by G minus 1. So this is the condition of uplift pressure, means safety against uplift pressure. So what is the derivation? First one, you find out uplift pressure. Then second, you find out downward force, and you equal to the both the value, means W into H dash equals to W into G into T. So both the side W will be cancelled. Again T equals to H dash by G. So H dash equals to T by G. Deduct T from the both side. So we get T equals to H minus T, H dash minus T divided by G minus 1. This is your final formula to safety against uplift pressure. Otherwise the formula like this, H dash minus T equals to H. Done. So the final formula T equals to H upon G minus 1. So what is the factor of safety? 4 by 3. So we will put this value. So we get T equals to 4 by 3 into H upon G minus 1. This is your final formula of safety against uplift pressure. The next one, there are some limitations of Blitzkrieg theory. As I discussed, no distinction, means no difference between horizontal and vertical creep. Then second one, hold good so long as horizontal distance between the pile line is greater than twice their depth. Means that two piles are provided, downstream side and upward side. So the distance between the pile, which is greater than twice their depth, which is not possible. Then third one, Blisk did not explain the exit gradient. Clear? Then fourth one, the no difference between outer and inner face of the pile or intermediate pile. Intermediate pile means the pile is which is located at the middle. That called intermediate pile. Clear? And from the investigation, we know that outer face pile is much more than effective inner ones. So there are limitations. Then fifth one, head loss. Head loss does not take place in the same proportion as the creep length. And also the uplift pressure is not linear but follow a sine curve. Means there are some chances of failure of weir or barrage. And Blick did not specify what is the importance of providing sheet pile downstream side. So these are the limitations of Blick's creep theory. Clear? Please remember. So Khosla theory is an updated version of Blick's creep theory. Clear? So Blick's theory became accepted from 1910 onwards. After that, numbers of before that numbers of structure were designed on the basis of Blick's theory. Some are stable and some are failed. After the or in 1926 to 27, some siphons on Upper Chenab Canal which are designed on the basis of Blick's theory. But due to that theory, it creates some issue or problem. So the Khosla, which is the pioneer of Khosla theory, so during that investigation, the actual pressure measurement with the help of pipe, which is inserted into the floor of this siphon, which indicates the actual pressure, were quite different from those computed on the Blick's creep theory. Means the pressure measured by the pipes below the siphon, like 5, and as per the Blick creep theory, the pressure which is 3. So the pressure which is different. So at that time, the Blick's creep theory, which is failed. This investigation carried out by Dr. Ian Khosla, clear, and he gave some conclusion by this investigation. As we discussed, the outer face pile, which are more effective than inner ones, clear, which are the limitation of Blick creep theory. The intermediate pile, smaller in length, and the outer piles are effective except local redistributions of pressure. Means that intermediate piles smaller in length, so the outer pile will be effective. But except one condition, there are redistributions of pressure occurred, so that outer face pile will not sufficient. Then third one, undermining of the floor started from the tail end. Clear? Remember that point? Undermining or piping of the floor started from the tail end of the structure. And the next one, it was absolutely necessary to have deep vertical cutoff on the downstream side. Prevent piping means you can provide pile or sheet pile or cutoff on the downstream side to prevent piping.